Your welcome flow is probably broken, and I'd bet money on it because I've audited hundreds of e-commerce brands, built out flows for over 130 of them, and almost all of them had this exact same problem. They've got one or two emails that just push a discount, and that's basically it. There's no trust building, no nurturing, no personalization, nothing to make their brand stand out. And then they wonder why their welcome series is only scraping sales. You see, after working directly with over 130 e-commerce businesses, this flow is one of the highest converting flows out of basically all of the flows that you have. It has the most traffic going through it and is basically your first impression on any new visitor that comes to your brand. So you want to make sure it's set up properly, or else you're simply just lighting thousands of dollars on fire. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why your welcome flow isn't working, and then I'm going to walk you through the same 7 email system that we use to fix it. So the first problem I always see with welcome flows is that the emails inside of the flows are simply just trying to push a discount. Email number 1 is like, hey, welcome to the brand, here's 10% off. Email number 2 is, hey, here's a reminder, we noticed you didn't use your 10% off, come back and actually use it. Email number 3 is trying to use some fake urgency, like, hey, you really haven't bought this is your last chance, the discount code's gonna expire soon. And that's basically it. You essentially just sound like every other brand inside of their inbox, and you don't stand out. What you don't realize is that everyone who signs up for your email list is a brand new person to your website and your overall brand. They don't know you, they don't trust you, and they just saw your ad and basically just wanted the discount. And if they don't purchase after that very first email, you can't keep reminding them about it. You need to build a relationship with them while also reminding them about the discount, but you need to tie in that discount with some nurturing emails and sharing some more social proof. And you really just sound greedy when all of your emails are trying to push that discount, and that's basically the number one reason why your welcome flow isn't converting. You want to think of this flow as the more touch points you have, the more you'll convert, and you don't want to simply just have like basic language of trying to push the discount. You want to be able to build some trust with them, show some social proof, actually show them why you are a brand, show them your why, show them your brand mission, so they actually have a reason to buy outside of just a plain old discount. The second problem with most welcome flows is that most brands just have 1 or 2 emails inside of their flows, and that's just not enough touch points to convert somebody who's never heard of you before. These people are brand new to your brand, and you're simply just asking for their money just flat out. You need multiple emails to build trust, show social proof, guide them through your products, and then you can actually make the sale. If you're only sending 1 or 2 emails, you're simply just wasting your time, and you don't have enough touch points with these people to actually purchase on your site. So let me show you one of our clients who basically went from having a very basic welcome series to now having our welcome series and our welcome flow framework, and now we're making a lot more money for his business. So as you can see, this is what they had. It was the IS welcome flow. This is last year, so from November 1st to December 31st. They simply just had 1 email inside of here, and it did $11,000 in sales, which is pretty good, honestly. But as you can see, we sent out to 945 people, and not all of them actually purchased off of this very first email. So we're kind of we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, basically, because we're not continuously nurturing these people, trying to build a relationship with them. This email is pretty good. I mean, they're giving the discount at the very top. They have the entire family here, the actual owners of the brand, showing off some bestsellers, some more testimonials. It's a pretty decent email. Now what I want to do is actually show you our welcome flow in the same time period. So that was November 1st to December 31st. I'm going to show you the last 2 months as well for our welcome flow. So if I search up welcome flow, and then I go the last 2 months, so from October 23rd to December 23rd, we did $17,000 in sales. So we're able to make an extra $6,000 just by having the proper kind of system in place here. And we're actually building and kind of nurturing these people. So we have a conditional split at the very top of this email based off of what they actually put inside of the pop-up, which I'll be diving into how to set up in just a second. But as you can see on this email right here, we did almost $1,000 in sales. Right here, we also did $1,000 in sales. And then also right here, we did another, $4,500 in sales. And this is just in the last 30 days. And as you can see, we have so many more touch points that we have with our actual customers. All of these emails are just trying to build more trust with them, nurture them, and actually get them to make that first purchase through sharing content that's actually valuable to them. And in just a little, I'll be diving into the exact framework that we use for all of our welcome flows. And the third problem with most welcome flows is that most brands are sending the same generic emails to everybody. They're not segmenting or personalizing based on what the customer actually wants. So for example, If you own a hair care company that sells different products for different results, like more volume, shining your hair, or reducing your frizz, you're sending the same emails to all three audiences. And that's kind of like a huge missed opportunity, because if somebody signs up looking for more volume, they don't want to see other products in their first email because it's not tailored to what they're actually looking for. When you do tailor your emails to your customer, you start to see higher open rates and more conversions per email. Just like how I showed you on the welcome flow where we had 3 different conditional splits, we were able to actually do this by collecting the data inside of the pop-up. So let me show you how you are able to actually collect data from your pop-up. Alright, so what you want to do is once you are inside of Klaviyo, go into website, sign up forms, and then you want to go into the pop-up that you are working on. This is the pop-up that we are going to do today. And then as you could see right here, the way that we have it set up is we have our email address, and then from there we collect the profile info. And then on this step, we're asking them what's their #1 fitness goal right now, and we want to help them actually crush it. So this one's like, hey, I want to get absolutely jacked. I want to get cut and ripped. I want to feel unstoppable. We're giving them 3 different options. We don't want to go any more than that because it just adds way too much friction for the actual customer. And then from here, what we're doing is once they do actually submit this and they actually click on this, we have hidden fields that we're adding. And the profile property here is that we actually made this property. So you click on add property. You basically just type in whatever. So we'll just do like test here. And then you could add in whatever value. So if you want to do like test 1, and then you could have that in there. So obviously you want to tailor this to whatever options are actually here. So then we have get absolutely jacked, feel invincible, get cut and shredded. And then from here, what we're doing inside of our pop-up is that based on the conditional splits, we're only allowing people to go through that one flow when they've actually put in that information. So if I show you right here, cut and get shredded, they're added to the email list. From there, the conditional split has to equal cut and get shredded for them to go through. If not, they just simply get kicked out of the entire flow. Now, real quick, if you want to have this entire 7 email welcome flow system built out for your business, completely done for you, you could book a call with my team using the first link in the description. We've helped over 130 e-commerce businesses add millions of dollars in revenue with this exact system. And if you're a good fit, we'll do the same for you. So just click that first link in the bio to get in touch. And I know another call is the last thing you probably want, and I totally agree with you on that. But trust me, I'll get right to the point and show you how big of a no-brainer this is. Now back to the video. Alright, so now that you know all the problems that e-commerce brands face with their welcome flows, I'll walk you through the exact 7 email system that we use to fix all of these problems. This is the same system that took one of our clients from $0 to $100,000 in email revenue in just 60 days. And I've gotten results like this for literally dozens of our clients. I'll link that case study for you right here if you want to watch that. But basically, our system is built around 2 core principles. First is going to be personalization based on what the customer is actually looking for. And we're able to know what they're actually looking for when we have our pop-up with the zero-party data, basically what I had just shown you earlier. And second is going to be trust building. So you want to be able to nurture these people, build trust with them, show some social proof. And then from there, you want to ask for the sale. So let me show you how all of this fits together. So at the very top here, we have our opt-in pop-up. Just like how I showed you, we're going to be collecting the email, the phone number, and also that zero-party data as well. So for that peptide company, the data that we're collecting was if they wanted to feel invincible, get shredded, or get jacked, I believe. And based off of that, inside of our welcome series, we made a conditional split based off of that data. And then inside of here, we're only talking about that exact benefit. So the reason why we do this once again is because it's an actual personalized email. It feels tailored to them and it's tailored to their goals. And if we basically have an email like that where it's only talking about their goals and actually what they care about, we're more likely to actually convert these people. Now, there's so many different ways you can actually do this. One is through a pain point. So if you have a health brand, right, and you're like, oh, where are you seeing more pain? Is it shoulder pain, hand pain, or knee pain? And then you have different products and different, images to talk about that. Or like if you have a jewelry company and you sell like rings, bracelets, and necklaces, and then you only tailor these inside of these different buckets, and only show them rings, bracelets, and necklaces. You basically want to think, how can I take my entire target market and put them into 3 different buckets here? That's the entire goal when it comes to actually collecting that zero-party data and then making that welcome flow. After that, we have SMS reminders going out about that actual discount that they signed up for. And then if they do not purchase inside of this very first email, all we want to do is actually build trust with these people. And I'll show you the exact email topic. So the very first one is going to be a plain text reminder from the founder. So you're going to be doing a few things here. One, you're going to be reminding them about the discount. Next, you're going to make sure that this is a full plain text email. So it looks like it was directly mailed from the founder to the actual customer. You want this to look as basically as normal as possible because it's going to act as a pattern interrupt. Consumers are so used to getting big branded emails that when they get a plain text email, it breaks up that pattern and actually gets them to stop and actually read the email. So you want to talk about the brand mission, why you started the brand, and then basically remind them about the discount. And another really good tip inside of this email, highlight one of your best selling products as, hey, this is my favorite product, check this out. Because now in their eyes, the founder of the company is talking about their favorite product from the site, which is going to make them a lot more intrigued to actually check it out. So the next email inside of here is going to be a review email. Now the whole point of this is actually show your social proof, show that you have actually helped people, because at the end of the day, customers do not care about your products, they only care about how your products can help them. So you want to be able to show different types of reviews, testimonials, different ways that people have, been really happy with your product. You want to be able to show that to these new visitors that are on your site. Now the next email inside of this flow is going to be a product highlight email. So inside of this email, what you're basically doing is you're highlighting your best-selling product or your best-selling collection here. And the reason why we do that is because these people, let's say you have like a ton of SKUs on your website, they don't know where to actually shop. They're so overwhelmed with all the different types of products you have, where if we highlight one of our best-selling products or best-selling collections, they'll have a kind of like, they'll be able to narrow down their entire kind of like thinking process. And we're actually showing them like, hey, this is what everybody loves. Here's why everybody loves it. And here's why you should also check it out. And then on top of that, you're reminding them about the discount. So keep in mind, in every single one of these emails, we're reminding them about the discount, but we're tying in a lot other elements to actually build more trust with them, nurture them, and then get them to actually go ahead and buy. And then at the very end here, we have like a plain text email with an upgrade in the discount, as well as an SMS reminder with an upgrade in the discount. And the reason why we do this is because this is our last chance to convert them inside of this flow. I like to treat this as like a Hail Mary effort. So you essentially want this email to be coming in from the founder, basically talking about like, hey, I know you signed up 6 or 7 days ago. Here's a quick upgrade in the discount just so you could actually check out what you want. And it's kind of like a little nudge for them to actually go ahead and actually purchase. So it's like a Hail Mary effort. Once again, this is our last chance. We might as well just try and throw them a bone so we could actually get them as a customer. Now, I know some of you are like, hey, I don't like discounting or anything like that. Some revenue is better than no revenue, which is, what I like to say when you're trying to scale your company. Now, here's an example of a built out welcome flow that we did for one of our clients. This is the same one that we had that I showed you based off the pop-up. So as you can see, this first email right here is for people who wanted to get jacked. We made the entire discount code GetJacked10 for 10% off. And as you can see, all we're talking about is like different benefits and kind of like, this is mainly for like Gen Z target market, so we're talking in the kind of like that tone of voice. We have different ways of like how they could actually go ahead and purchase. We're giving them a guide on that, and then we're actually showing them different products that are built for helping them get jacked. So we have tadalafil. We have different products to try and get them to actually get jacked. We do the same thing for getting shredded, feeling invincible. Same. We're talking about different benefits all right here and different like pain points that they're kind of going through. Then we're just highlighting different products to actually help them get to the goals that they have. Now we have our SMS right here, and then we have our plain text email coming in from the founder. So this is obviously there's a doctor behind this company as well, so Dr. Hotch, the founder of AlgoRx. Right here, all that we're doing is just talking about trying to build up some trust with them, trying to show them the brand face of the actual company. Next email is going to be the social proof email. So as you can see, we have all the different reviews here as well. We have a section at the very bottom here to help them like choose like where they actually want to shop. So for like weight loss, performance, cardiovascular, metabolic, we're trying to show them and kind of give them a guide of like, hey, if I want to shop here, this is where I need to click. Next is going to be the product highlight. So we did a few different product highlights here, just going off of our best sellers, so like tadalafil and clemofene, and then tesamorelin, I believe. I'm not sure. I just sell the product. I don't know how to actually say the name. I don't know. I just market for them. I don't know how to actually say the name. But as you can see, we're highlighting the benefits of it, what it actually does, why athletes love it. And this email is performing really, really great for them. And then at the very end here, we have an upgrade in the discount. So we're not really doing a plain text reminder here, but right here, we're just giving them a quick little upgrade because these guys don't really do too many discounts either. So when they get a 15% off inside of their inbox, you know, they're pretty excited for it as well. So basically, here's just an example of what a welcome flow actually looks like for a brand. All right, so that's the 7 email welcome flow system we build out that actually converts for all of our clients. Don't forget to click the first link in the description if you want to get in touch about building that out for your business. Now, if you're thinking, okay, I get the welcome flow, but what about all the other flows that I need? Don't worry, I got you. I already have a video on that. Watch this next video where I break down the complete email flow system that's generated over $10 million in sales for over 130 e-commerce businesses. I'll see you over there.